Is that Rover? That's not Rover. Is it? No. Rover would just come in. Uh-oh. See, that's the thing now about leaving the door wall open and doing other things, is I'm never sure if I'm going to have a bird in the house when I come back. It did happen one year. It was a couple years ago, and I was afraid. Turned out it's just as easy to get a bird out of the house as it is to get a squirrel out of the house. You just open the door. Granted, they fly around a little bit first, and it was a door wall, so it's big. Which, by the way, door wall is not a word used all over the United States. In the Massachusetts area, they say slider. That's right. They say slider in the Massachusetts area, which is funny because in this area, a slider is a hamburger. I had a boss once and we had a funny conversation about that. I think I mentioned that once before because I was talking about the door wall at home and he's like, what's the door wall? And when he finally figured out and I described it, when he was from Boston, and then when I described what a door wall is, he said, oh, you mean a slider? I'm like, a slider? I'm like, that's a hamburger. We had this total disconnect. It was funny. Anyway, so I never know if I'm going to end up with a bird that follows the squirrels inside. This part is not necessarily a happy segment right here, but I'm going to report on it because it just is. This one I have not shown in the videos. It has the leany, shaky disease, or I don't know if it's a disease, whatever it is. And there's been others that comment, we don't know what it is. They kind of lean, balance issues. So it's been here, it comes here. I call her my buddy or him. Well, I actually know now that it is a him. And the way that I know, it's a mating day today. And it was up a tree trying to, go after one of Rover's kids. And Rover's kids just pushed it out of the tree. Thankfully, it wasn't that high up because it was just one of the lowest, actually, cabins. So it fell into a mound of snow. Here's Rover. Fell into a mound of snow and it landed on its feet anyway, even with its balance issues. So it didn't get hurt. And then it started running in its leany, shaky way. And I went after it and I gave him a nut. Here he is a little bit later. So he managed to hang around. You can see he shakes. But the things that I think are interesting about it, and the reason I'm reporting it, even though it's a little sad, is that even though he has this condition that he fights, he still is having the urge to procreate. And I thought that was interesting because myself, like if I am fighting any kind of medical issue, I just can't imagine that I'd be like, it's time to have kids. So that might show that the hormones are that strong, that they'll overcome kind of sensibilities of, should I really be fathering? But then again, maybe in their world, since the father doesn't play too active of a role raising the kids, maybe he figures it isn't a big deal. But it's also the question of, wouldn't there be like kind of natural instincts about not passing on these genes and I'm assuming whatever he has is genetic. I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't know either. And it just raises some interesting questions, like, well, it shows how strong the hormones are because he was willing to climb that tree and get knocked off, which he did. He was trying to go after her and she wasn't having it. But she would have knocked anybody off, but most squirrels would have been able to not get knocked off. There's a lot of running around because of all the mating. So if I were a guy, and by mating I mean it's more the chase, it's the guys it's the down selection process. That's what it is. The mating process is really a down selection process. And if I were him, I would realize I was going to be down selected anyway. So why put myself into danger and try to actively join the race, but he does. So it's that strong of an urge to try to procreate anyway, despite all the odds of him putting himself at risk, getting knocked around and beat up by the females as he's being down selected. And with the absolute, I gotta say, zero odds, no one's gonna select him. The female squirrels get like 1 or 2 days per year that they are fertile or whatever. And they they are very choosy about who's going to be the father of their offspring. They're not going to choose someone, I hate to say it, who can barely stand up. I feel so mean saying it, but it's the truth. But interesting to me, he doesn't give up. He's not given up the dream of being a father, despite all odds being against him. And risking life and limb trying to do it. She knocked him right off that tree. Like he just fell to the ground like a baseball glove. But kept going. I just missed. Somebody just knocked him to the side. Like they'll do that too. The males they'll knock into each other, like trying to knock each other out of the race. And here's a mating chase right here. We know which one the girl is. Anyone who's ever been pursued by any guy knows which one the girl is. There's the guy, all right. Got the evidence to prove it. It's like, stop looking at my evidence. Okay, she's getting way down here. I always feel like I need to clarify it because I didn't used to know that the mating is actually more, like I said, a down selection process than an act of procreation. The act of procreation is next to nil in the mating. It's like humans. You think of like all the dating apps and relationship apps and everything that goes into everything. If people had babies every time they made some kind of connection, we'd be run off the earth. We'd be like spilling onto other planets with babies. And humans are less selective, way less selective than squirrels are, from what I can tell. By and large. Some of us have standards. Some of us manage to not have kids littering the earth. He likes to stay by me because he knows I keep him protected. Because the other males, when they see that he's like this, like vulnerable, they'll just knock into him. Did you hear that guy? They'll just knock into him. Like, not you, buddy, get out of here. It's very like 1950s high school is how I picture it. Mean. Kind of like lawless. And I know about 1950s high school because I've been watching Leave It to Beaver. I know, I'm an authority on it because I've been watching Leave It to Beaver. I can't believe how, like, the things they'll say to each other and stuff. There's White Tip. Can't not video her. This is the second day that I'm just so thankful for her. There's been other times where I thought she was gone and then she came back. But this time, seeing that hawk and being afraid that he was carrying her off, oh God, and thinking of her knowing I was watching because I was yelling. It was just horrifying. I'm so glad she's here. She's one of the original gang. The OGs. And this guy. You're a nice dude, aren't you? Nice dude here for food, maybe some chicks. Take someone roller skating. Uh-oh, someone just shoved White Tip, but she just let him. And she stays so out of the fray as far as like fights, and she just stays out of them. She's got a very peaceful manner. This guy too, he avoids as much as he can, but he's like a target. They want to like drive home to him. You won't be the guy. Like, I think he probably knows that on some level. See how he's very skittish because and then that makes it even worse. Like they'll target him even more because he's skittish, I feel like. I was so sad thinking, what if I never get to do any more video of White Tip? Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible when you go between thinking someone's dead, finding out they're alive, and then you're so happy, and then another time thinking they're dead. I mean, I don't know how many times I've thought she was dead. Because there have been times where she'll be missing for a couple weeks, and I think she's never been gone this long. And then she shows back up. I'm just videoing you how you're taking the leaves up. I put some leaves down here, in here. Well, first I put them there, then it started snowing. So then I put them in here, and she's so smart. She found them, and she's taking them up. You want a nut? You want a nut break? She's been taking bunches of leaves up. So she's moving into White Tip's old nest. She's coming down to get more. Oh, when she sees me, she's getting a nut. When I go inside, she does the leaves. That's smart. Get the food when the food's available, get the leaves when the food's not available. This is that one that I've always thought had such pretty eyes. Wow, she's been a front yarder for a long time, but this is the first time I know she's going to live on her own. I wonder if she